Hey guys, Logan here with Yugioh Gaming. I ended up getting first place at the Dabbers Ps5 event, as you can see, with my trusty PK deck. I think this deck's really strong. The only thing I lost to all weekend was round 1 to the beer match. So if that tells you how strong I think this deck is right now, I don't know what else to tell you. So let's go and get into the deck profile. We have 3 Tauren, which should just be standard, 3 Boots, 2 Cloak, and a Gloves. This is just the standard lineup that everyone's been playing. I don't play Stained Greaves because it's a really bad draw. Like, it only comes up if you open and have to use Boots and you draw no other extenders, and at that point you usually can just make your hand, and like, it's just a brick overall, I think. For other level 3s, I play Terra Top. I do not play the target for Terra Top. Like I explained in my last deck profile, I don't really care. I don't want to play Tomborg and add another brick to my deck. I just want it as a level 3 I can special summon for free. And it happens to be Windstic Attack over Barrier Statue, and it's not a warrior. So that's important because there can only be one. Junk forward to search off the Rhoda, both Wielder and Tracker, and the 1 Snake. I don't play Jackalope because I play Prosperity. The main deck's pretty close to the last tournament I played with this deck. I got top 4 with, so. Both the BA monsters. I wish you could cut these cards, but you just can't. If they land CAU, you lose. So, excuse me. You have to play those cards. Then we have the other bricks, Dasher, Celestial, and then the best brick, which is Scythe. So Scythe's not really a brick if you draw it going first. It just helps you play around hand traps, and you just DP them, pop this, play around like everything. And this engine's just too strong in this deck, I think. I think it's why the deck's so good. You can just grind with DP and gain infinite advantage. My going second cards, I play 3 Ash Blossom. I think this card's extremely strong right now just because no one's playing it. Like, people don't want to play around it with, like, Ecclesia, and people don't like it. Stops Protos, it's level 3. I think it's a really all-around good hand trap right now. It also stops the Celestial draw and Fusion Destiny, which a lot of decks are playing. 3 Droplet. And then I was going to play 3 Nibiru in my deck, but I cut it last minute for 3 Tactics. Round 1, I drew this against the mirror, and if it was Nibiru, I just won. But it was Tactics, and I played through 6 interruptions and couldn't out the 7th. But I definitely think this card, it won me more games than Nibiru would have, I believe. So I think this card was probably actually correct to be made that. Then other spells, 3 Fusion Destiny. This card is bonkers. Rhoda, 2 Prosperity. All these cards just help you dig for Tauren. That's literally all you care about. If you draw Tauren, you can play through like multiple hand traps usually. So 2 Mercy Teleport. This should just be standard, I think. And then the traps I play are 3 Fog Blade and a Shade Brigadine. So I do not play Wings. I don't think Wings is a very good card. A lot of the time, if you need to get into grave, you can just pop it with DPE. And like, you just don't want to add another brick to your deck. This is all it comes down to. The main deck's 40 now. I was playing 42 at the last tournament, but I just felt like a clean 40 was better, and it obviously performed. The extra deck, 1 Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. This card's broken. Cheer Beanie, Predaplant, Dagda, and Rusty. So these cards are just so powerful. Like, especially like these 3, like this engine in this deck is just so powerful. And I just feel like your deck has like a better extra deck than all the other decks because of those 3 cards. Then I'll play the IP package, so IP, Unicorn, and Access Code. Access Code won me a bunch of games today, so I never won a Boral Sword over him. Apollo, barely made it. Almirage and Link Spotter, you have to play Almirage. Literally in top 4, I would have just lost if I didn't have this card. Like, if I didn't have this, I literally did this twice against the guy. If I didn't have it, I just lost. I didn't play it. 2 Break Sword, I think it should be standard at this point. And then Olivier, which I surprisingly didn't make that much because I didn't get to full combo a lot. But last card is Zeus. And Zeus is how you beat the Sword Soul deck if you get Protos. So You have to play it. I don't play Downard because the main time you make Zeus is when you get Protos for Dark. And if you get Protos for Dark, you can't overlay Downard, so it doesn't really come up that much. Then the side deck. So my side deck changed a lot. Like I said, Nibiru was in my main deck. I decided just to put it in the side deck. I think the main reason why I decided to do that was because if you draw Nibiru against like a matchup that's not good against, let's say Sky Striker, for example, and you can't get it out of your hand, you just can't draw with Celestial game one. And that's like a big reason why to play a card like Talents, where it's not great against the combo decks, but it's really good against the bird deck, and it's really good like against all the mid-range decks. So I definitely think that it was the correct call, so to put that on the side deck. This card is MVP, and I hope more people catch on. It's 3-token collector. This card is just an FTK against Sword Soul. Every time I drew this and summoned it, I won. Wasn't even close. Like, they can Protos me, but like, if you draw this, you're probably not getting Protos. And like, this card's just a reoccurring threat every single turn, and it's just so hard for them to deal with. It's great. 3 Droll. This card was pretty good all day. I liked it. I played against the DPE Invoke deck in the finals, and this card came up clutch. 3 Twin. I think this card is better than Cosmic and better than Evenly Match because your deck already loses to Lancia. So if you play more cards to lose to Lancia that you're side decking, you're going to make multiple cards in your hand dead, and I don't really like that. But I do like Twin because it also allows you to discard, so if you draw those like Cloak plus Glove hands or whatever, it helps with those two. And you want to play this over like Harpy's Feather Duster because they can hit like Schism and stuff. And the last 3 cards on my side deck, this card was actually really good. Like when I sided it in against the matchups I wanted it against, which was 3 Infinite Impermanence. This is kind of like a medium card, but I just kind of want like a catch-all hand trap that's going second. That like I may want it to bring in like 5 cards. I don't care to bring in like 2 of this against a matchup or whatever. I just want a flexible card because I didn't know really what the meta was around this area. So yeah, that's the deck. I think this deck's super strong. I would definitely recommend playing it, especially with the new Brave or the Adventure or whatever the new archetype's called. So yeah, this deck performed very well, and I'm super tired. And thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.